welcome to the emPerform Take 10 webinar, Competency Development Best Practices. This webinar is presented by CRG emPerform and is designed to deliver practical and specific information in only 10 minutes. Our presenter today is Cindy Pascal. She is the co-founder and VP of Business Development for Vado Inc. Cindy has over 20 years of experience in HR and operations, specifically in training and development, organizational development, talent management, and employee retention consulting. Vado is a video streaming learning content provider specializing in competency development, career development, engagement and retention, and onboarding. So thank you very much for joining us today, Cindy. I will let you get started.
HR leaders and C-level executives agree that developing competencies improves individual and overall organization performance. While most leaders recognize the importance of competency development to the vitality and sustainability of their organizations, a recent poll showed that only 1/3 currently develop their employees' competencies. It's interesting to note that in the same poll, 45% of the respondents were also considering implementing a competency-based training program within the next 12 months. To achieve their desired goals, organizations that are currently developing or planning development should understand and build the 5 competency development best practices into their development process. Competency development best practice number 1 is development needs to happen on the job. There are many research studies that show development happens on the job. The U.S. Department of Labor estimates that 70% or more of work-related learning occurs outside of formal training. Dr. Robert Brinkenhoff, an internationally recognized author and leader in training, evaluation, and effectiveness, reports that 70 to 80% of learning occurs on the job. So it stands to reason that learning needs to integrate seamlessly into employees' daily work and on-the-job activities to leverage the natural way people learn. The other benefit of designing development around on-the-job activities is elimination of scrap learning. Scrap learning is training that is wasted and not applied to the job. Some estimate that 55 to 80% of all training is scrap learning and is never applied. This means that 5 to 8 of every $10 of training budgets are wasted. When you add up the cost of formal training to include the cost of providing the training, travel expenses, and the time away from the job, total costs are very high. Training and development leaders need to be more effective with their training budgets by providing on-the-job competency development. You can eliminate scrap learning and increase your return on investment by as much as 80%. The second best practice is around chunks learning. Chunking refers to the strategy of breaking down information into bite-sized pieces so the brain can better digest new information. The reason the brain needs this assistance is because working memory, which is the equivalent of being mentally online, holds a limited amount of information at one time. Dr. George A. Miller, the author of one of the most highly cited papers in psychology, The Magical Number 7, plus or minus 2, formulated chunked concept in 1956 as he presented evidence that working memory is limited in capacity. So how does this relate to learning and the application of learning? Here's an example. If you were given a string of numbers, most people would have a hard time remembering the number a short while later. However, if you break the number into smaller chunks, you have a much higher ability to remember the numbers. A learner's memory operates the same way. If too much information is presented at the same time, the excess information will drop out and disappear. Presenting information in small chunks prevents information overload as well as scrap learning. The next best practice is with videos. How people take in information has changed. For instance, people watch short videos to learn everything from how to tile the bathroom floor to how to teach your dog to roll over. Learners are accustomed to learning new skills and capabilities by watching videos. The next best practice is self-paced and self-directed. For learning to be self-paced and self-directed, learners need to be able to access the information when they need it and complete it at their own pace. Additionally, they need to be able to choose the training and development that best meets their needs. When these conditions are present, learners take more ownership of their learning and are more engaged in the learning process. The final best practice is the learning needs to be customized and aligned to the organization's competency model. Organizations spend a great deal of time and energy identifying the competencies that will drive individual performance and organization success. Many organizations build their competencies into their selection process, their succession management and compensation processes. If an organization is selecting job candidates, promoting and rewarding according to their competency model, it makes sense to develop current employees' competencies. In fact, competency development needs to be tightly aligned to the organization's competency model to ensure organization success. So how does a training and development professional develop their employees' competencies, taking into consideration the 5 best practices? Vado's video streaming on-the-job learning content is the answer. Our learning content contains on-the-job development courses. Learners watch short instructional videos followed by actions taken on the job. Our videos are short. It's chunked learning content. The videos are 2 minutes maximum, followed by detailed step-by-step actions to take on the job. It's self-paced and self-directed. We provide 5 development courses for each competency so learners can choose the learning course that suits their unique needs and situations. Additionally, our learning content can be delivered through your LMS technology platform, and it is available when learners are ready to develop. Technology such as emPerform can be used for creating goals, competency and development plans, and track progress throughout the year. emPerform also enables reporting on gap analysis and succession to show which employee should be developed. And finally, our content is aligned to your organization's competency model. By integrating your organization's competency model, definitions, and behaviors, we deliver the right set of development actions to specifically build your learners' competencies. You are invited to visit our website or follow that link to download a white paper that we recently published on competency development best practices. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cindy. I would like to thank Vado for participating in our Take 10 webinar series, and thank you for watching. Just a reminder that the PowerPoint slides are available for download on the employee-performance.com website. And also, if you have any questions for emPerform or for Cindy, please feel free to contact us.